Hello guys! Here we go with some more repeating exercises that will help you improve your language skills. Let's practice the simple past tense. By repeating new words and phrases over and over again, you can help your brain to encode the information and make it easier for you to remember. Let's start with short sentences, and then longer ones. All you have to do is repeat after the audio in the same rhythm. If you think it is too slow for you, go to settings and increase the speed of the video. But before we start, take a look at this tip on regular verbs. In English, regular verbs in the past tense are pronounced by adding ed to the base form of the verb. There are 3 possible ways to pronounce ed at the end of the regular verb depending on the final sound of the base form. You can research the rules if you want, but I'll make it simple for you. To pronounce a verb correctly, just forget that you have the letter E there and connect the sounds. For example, the verb play, we say played. The verb work, we say worked. The verb need, we say needed. By doing this, you will produce the sounds correctly and naturally. Brazilian students tend to pronounce these verbs as a separate syllable and use the vowel sound E instead of the correct sound. For example, they may say
played, studied, called, remembered.
Don't do this, okay? Listen to the sentences carefully and repeat them correctly. Let's go. I walked to the park yesterday. She cooked dinner for us last night. He watched the movie twice. We played soccer in the park. They worked hard to finish the project. She studied for the exam all night. He visited his grandparents over the weekend. We cleaned the house before the guests arrived. She painted the walls of her room. They danced at the party until midnight. He learned to play the guitar in a month. They traveled to Europe last summer. She typed the report on her computer. He finished reading the book in a week. They celebrated their anniversary with a fancy dinner. He practiced yoga every morning. We planted flowers in the garden. She answered all the questions correctly. He played chess with his friend. We enjoyed the picnic in the park. She cleaned her bedroom. They kissed their dog. We didn't buy groceries at the supermarket. They didn't celebrate their anniversary with a fancy dinner. She didn't write a letter to her friend. He didn't practice yoga every morning. We didn't plant flowers in the garden. She didn't answer all the questions correctly. He didn't sing a song at the karaoke bar. We didn't ride bicycles to the beach. They didn't watch a live concert on TV. She didn't teach English to foreign students. He didn't play chess with his friend. We didn't enjoy the picnic in the park. Did we listen to music while driving? Did she sew her own dress for the party? Did he fix the car engine by himself? Did we swim in the pool all afternoon? Did they travel to Europe last summer? Did she type the report on her computer? Did he finish reading the book in a week? Did we buy groceries at the supermarket? Did they celebrate their anniversary with a fancy dinner? Did she write a letter to her friend? Did he practice yoga every morning? Very well, guys. Now, the sentences are longer. Let's do it. Last summer, my family and I traveled to Europe, where we visited Italy, France, and Spain, and we had an amazing time exploring the different cities, trying new foods, and learning about the history and culture of each place we visited. In college, I majored in psychology, and during my senior year, I conducted a research study on the effects of stress on memory retention, which involved recruiting participants, collecting data, and analyzing the results. When I was a child, I used to spend most of my weekends at my grandparents' house, where we would bake cookies, play board games, and watch old movies together. After graduating from high school, I moved to New York City, where I worked as a waitress in a small cafe, and I loved meeting new people, trying different foods, and exploring the city's many museums and landmarks. In 2010, I attended my first music festival, which was held in the desert of California, and I saw some of my favorite bands perform live, including Radiohead, Arcade Fire, and LCD Sound System. When I was in elementary school, I participated in the school's science fair, where I conducted an experiment to determine the best type of soil for growing plants, and I won first place in my grade. During my first year of teaching, I had a student who struggled with reading and writing, but with the help of a specialized program and a lot of patience, we were able to improve her skills and boost her confidence. In 2015, I decided to run a marathon, and after months of training and dedication, I completed the race in just under 4 hours, and I felt an immense sense of accomplishment. When I was a teenager, I spent a summer volunteering at a local animal shelter, where I helped to care for the animals, clean the cages, and organize adoption events. In 2008, I went on a backpacking trip through Southeast Asia, where I visited Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, and I experienced the beautiful landscapes, delicious foods, and fascinating cultures of each country. Very well, guys. I suggest that you do these exercises at least 3 more times, okay? I hope you like this activity. See you soon.